everyone, my name is Paulette and I'll be your host today for our second episode of Booze and Banter. For today's topic, I'll be interviewing my friend and guest, Michael, and we'll be discussing his experiences of dating as a foreign man in Barranquilla, dating local women. So thank you for joining me, Michael.
Thank you.
Really
Thanks,
appreciate
Paulette.
it.
This is great. It's going to be fun.
Great. Yeah. So let's jump into it. Let's get started.
Sure.
So what brought you to Barranquilla to begin with?
Well, I was in Mexico. It was COVID. I was living in Mexico in COVID for about 3 years. I left Canada, Toronto, where I'm from, and I said I just want to travel the world, and Mexico's close by, and I loved Mexico, and I kind of felt ready for something different. And I had two friends that were in Cartagena, and they said, come to Cartagena, come to Colombia. You'll forget all about Mexico. I said, there's no way. I was like, there's no way. I kept putting them off for months and months. I was like, there's no way. I love Mexico so much. But I said, okay, fine. I'll just come check it out for 3 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
Came straight to Cartagena and walked around for a few days with my friends. And I was mortified. I was terrified by what I saw in Cartagena. And I didn't leave the house for like a week, probably.
Well, what were you so mortified about in Cartagena?
Well, Cartagena is great, lots of culture and all that, but also very dirty, but just tons of prostitution.
Yes.
Just an obscene amount of prostitution.
Although I will say that I can't remember if it was this year or last year, the mayor of Cartagena decided to clean up the Clock Tower Plaza entrance area. So now you were just there, I think, last week or 2 weeks ago with your friend. So now if you walk through the Clock Tower area, you'll notice that it's much more cleaned up and
it is
a
different.
lot less prostitution than there was before.
It was still noticeable, and there were some, but it was different. One thing that was different is like there were, when I first got there was like a bar, like a nightclub that you could go in, and there were wall-to-wall women just standing there.
Wow, okay.
And you walked through, like imagine like this is me walking through, both sides are just women, like all the way to the end of the building. And all the women are like 9s and 10s, stunningly gorgeous. And you're like, what in the hell?
And were they all like offering themselves, offering services?
Of course. They're all completely done up, but they're all 9s and 10s smoking. And you're like, what heaven did I just walk into? and it's unrealistic. It's crazy. They're all working. But that place has been disbanded. So you're right. Mm-hmm. It's being cleaned up. Yeah,
there are still some prostitutes around. Like if you walk around, you will notice them, or I notice them because I kind of know, what they look like. So, but maybe if you just got there, you may not notice that the girl just hanging out in the corner is a prostitute.
Right.
You kind of have to keep your eye out.
You need some tips.
Yeah, you need some tips. But I just remembered that I forgot to say at the beginning of the podcast that for our Booze and Banter videos, what we do is we usually try some type of wine or a type of liquor. Yeah. And today my friend Michael decided to bring his bottle of Mezcal Union for us to try. So we're making Mezcal cocktails. What is the name of this cocktail?
This is a Paloma. This is a Mezcal style grapefruit, a little bit lighter Paloma.
Okay, yeah. And thank you for bringing your Mezcal. It's let's give it a try.
Thanks for the pink posta bone.
No problem. Thank you for making it.
It is so good. I actually finished half of one already. It is so good.
Is this true? This is true.
I do love mezcal too. I'm kind of, still in love with Mexico, even though we're here in Colombia. This is my Mexican way of still feeling connected.
I still have not ever made it to Mexico.
What?
Yeah, I've never been to Mexico.
Oh my God!
I do. I have Cancun on my list, but everyone's like, stop being corny. Like, where do you want to go to Cancun?
This is from Oaxaca, which is not a touristy place.
Right. Okay.
And it's where some of the best mezcals made. This isn't even my favorite brand, but this is a really good brand. And I saw the first episode, by the way. Before we continue, I have to say thank you for this expat group and everything.
Oh, okay.
The expat group is amazing. This is like my 4th or 5th trip to Colombia.
You hear that, Ohaji?
I do love it here.
He's saying the expat group is amazing. You hear that?
The expat group is amazing. And I have you to thank for that. And it makes me feel at home and, having a friend group and having family and activities and the Thursday nights and things to look forward to is awesome. So if you come, we'll see you Thursday night.
Yes. Well, I do it for you guys, for Ohaji, even though he never comes.
You got to come, man.
And for everyone else
the guy
who's
behind
watching
the camera.
this.
When I need to be
The first episode was great. You guys did a great job with your friend Dana.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I love that episode. That was.
I'll tell her you said so. I'm sure she'll watch this, so she'll know anyway.
Awesome.
But yeah, for anyone who's watching this, if you're ever in Barranquilla on a Thursday night, I do host an expat meetup at Red Door Bar, El Prado, on Carrera 53. We're there every single Thursday starting at 7:30 p.m. So if you're ever in town, feel free to come by. We're always there, so come and say hello.
And after that, we go to...
Oh, yes, and then the after party after Red Door around 10:30 p.m. is Bourbon Street, which is about 2 blocks away. So if it's after 10, just come meet us up at Bourbon Street. We'll be there as well.
Bourbon's awesome.
Yeah.
Bourbon's awesome. You guys are awesome. I love the group. I love everybody. It's great being here. So I left Cartagena because I was like, this is not all of Colombia. I was like, I got to see more of Colombia. So I went to like Bogota, Medellin, Barranquilla, stayed in Barranquilla a lot. I loved Barranquilla. It just feels good. Like in Mexico, I went to like 28 different cities and towns, and I just tried to gauge
28?
Yeah, 28.
Wow.
All throughout COVID. Right, just traveling digital nomad.
Oh my God.
I was like, can I swear on this, by the way?
Yes, you can.
I was like, fuck Canada. during COVID, I was like, fuck Canada, this is ridiculous. There's too much lockdowns and bullshit. I went to Mexico, just traveled all over Mexico, had some friends there, and then meet some other friends. But yeah, 28 different cities. I just tried to figure out like, where do I feel the best? So Cartagena, Bogota, Medellin did not do it for me.
Okay.
Barranquilla absolutely did it for me.
See, for anyone who's on the fence about visiting Barranquilla, just listen to this lovely Canadian. He knows what he's talking about. Speaking of, where in Canada are you from?
I'm from Toronto.
Toronto, right? As should be obvious by the fact that he's wearing a Toronto Blue Jays jersey.
There you go, yeah. Came to show a little bit of pride. I don't hate Canada all that much. But being a digital nomad is great. Colombia is awesome. Yeah, it's great.
Oh, well, I'm glad you're here and that you love Barranquilla.
Me too.
So why don't we talk a little bit about, I guess, your first experience dating a woman here in Barranquilla?
Right. So my first experience, I came here. It's funny because I came here, it was 2022. I think it was the end of like 2022. Mm-hmm. And I thought I'd just stay for 3 weeks. And I ended up staying for 3 months.
Okay.
And in that 3 months, I met a girl who was Venezuelan, who lived here, who had a daughter. Big surprise. All the Mexican, Colombian, Venezuelan women have daughters, like, or kids rather.
I don't have kids.
All single moms, like lots of them, right? And yeah, so we I don't know, like I fell in love hard. I was divorced in COVID, came to Colombia and Mexico in my divorce, just wanted to exercise my freedom, and just, I was together and exclusive for 7 years in that relationship and that marriage. And I just wanted to explore and just exercise being free, and met her and like fell really hard, like just the most beautiful, gorgeous, sexy woman I've like ever seen. Completely my type, perfect physically in every way. And I just fell really hard.
Well, can I ask how you met her?
Yeah, I met her at a spa. My friend, not one of those kind of spas. Okay. It was a normal spa, honest to God. It was a weird thing. It was a really funny thing. I woke up one day and I had meetings and work booked. It was like a Tuesday. And by the time like 8:30 rolled around, like 3 or 4 of the meetings got canceled and rescheduled. So all of a sudden my whole day was free. And I was like, this is so weird. This never happens, right? And so I was like, what should I do today? And I got the idea, like, go for a massage, like a legit massage. So I was like, okay, I'm looking at this place and this place and this place. And there's one close to me, close to the Airbnb where I was staying. I said, okay, I'll go for a massage. And I try to do things with my gut. Like, how does my gut feel? If it feels right in my gut, then I do it, right? Do I get a good, warm, kind of strong feeling, or do I get like a cold, negative, kind of tight feeling in my gut? So everything checked out. Everything was like, yeah, massage this place over that or that or that place at that time over that time. And it's really funny because I'm sitting there in the like lobby. They offer me like a nice chai tea, which is awesome. And this guy sitting next to me goes, "Oh, hi, mate, where are you from?" And I go, the fuck? It's a fucking Australian accent. What the hell's going on here? And he's in the lobby next to me. It's this white guy. I go, where am I right now? I thought I was in Colombia. What's this, Australia? Anyway, he is Colombian, but he learned English in Australia.
Oh, okay. So I thought you were going to say that he was like Colombian, Australian or something.
He's legit Colombian, but when he speaks English, he speaks with an Australian accent. Anyway, so that was the day I met her. She gave me the massage, all legit, above above.
Oh, so she was your masseuse.
She was my masseuse.
Okay.
And then I met
okay.
him there too. So he's like my best friend now in Colombia. And, you know, she moved to Spain, but we were together for 9 months. And so I met them both on the same day, which was really oddly serendipitous. So,
Okay.
but anyway, I just had an amazing connection with her. And I don't even remember the massage. I just talked to her the whole hour, like got to know her. So.
And can you tell me more like about how those 9 months were with her? Was she like really cool? Was she super controlling?
Yeah, those are great questions. She was not controlling at all.
Okay.
She was really laid back and easygoing.
Did she speak English?
She did not speak any English.
Okay.
So it forced me to improve my Spanish, which was already pretty good from Mexico. But this, barely anybody speaks English here in Colombia. So this really forced me to get it a lot better. She's really cool, single mom. You know, her daughter's like 8. Really dedicated mom, really hardworking, father not supporting. Big surprise. That's the story out here.
That'd be dad.
That's how things go out here. Mexico too, but anyway, you do treat your women better in Colombia actually than Mexico, which is pretty
Okay. I couldn't say, to be honest, that I haven't been to Mexico, but I mean, if we're gonna compare the way men treat women in the U.S. compared to how they treat men in Colombia, I mean, Colombian men are. Never mind.
Yeah, like there's like an epidemic of like men not supporting their kids and their wives.
Oh yeah,
here
100%.
You know, so there's tons of single moms all over Latin America, but you do treat your women better here than Mexico, from what I've noticed. But anyway, yeah, no, she was great. We had a lot of fun. We got to do a lot of things here. She worked a lot. The thing is, those Colombian people work a lot, like 6 days a week, 10, 12 hours a day, right? So I only saw her in the evenings or sometimes on Saturday
right,
nights
because her
or
work
Sundays.
schedule was basically crazy.
Yeah, and then she had time with her daughter too, right? Of course, you need to have time with your kids. So a bit of a frustration point for me was that I didn't get to see her that much. I fell really hard. I shouldn't have fallen that hard. I was probably under some kind of spell or something. I don't know, but I mean, yeah, like we had a lot of fun. We had a lot of cool, like, you know, experiences seeing Barranquilla and exploring Barranquilla together. There's a lot of places she'd never been before. I got to show her like the Miramar, the overlooking viewpoint that you can see down the city. It's kind of like Lovers area.
Oh yeah. Oh, there's like a lookout point, right? At top of Miramar. I don't think I've ever been there actually.
Yeah.
I mean, I've been to Miramar, just not to like the actual like
Mirador. It's called.
The Mirador. Yeah.
My bad. Yeah. So we had a lot of incredible, amazing sex. That, like, you know, I'll just say that, like, her body. I don't know, Venezuelan women, Colombian women, like, just yeah, I can't even think about it sometimes because then I start to go. Start to go places.
Calm down.
Anyway,
this table starts raising. You know, we've got to
I have to move closer for the table to raise. But yeah, anyway, let me wipe the sweat off my brow. Yeah, no, we had a great time, but the thing is like intellectually, it wasn't the same. It wasn't as stimulating as like a woman that maybe from Canada or England or America I might, you know, connect with. So
I assume she like only finished high school and like.
Yeah, she did. Like, yeah.
But I guess you couldn't like really discuss, I guess, like more, let's say like, or even like political topics, or you're into finance, right?
I'm into finance. I'm into spirituality. I'm into consciousness. I'm into business. I'm into investing. So yeah, and I read a lot. So
but were these like topics that you could talk to her about, discuss?
No.
So she had like no knowledge?
Yeah, not really. She wanted to learn, which was cool. But the things that were kind of frustrating were like on the intellectual level or the emotional level. Also, she just was not a great communicator. And great communication is like one of my top values. So not a lot of great communication. That part was really difficult. And I'm not talking about language. I'm not talking about English and Spanish. I'm talking like just communicating and expressing yourself, sharing ideas and thoughts. So it taught me that, you know, obviously sex isn't everything. And I'm almost 40, so that should have been obvious. But when I was here, I was like under a spell or something. I don't know. But that wasn't the only dating experience. But that was the first dating experience I had.
Okay. And why did it end?
It ended because I had to go back to Canada to deal with things basically for all of 2024.
Okay.
I had a lot of business things that I had to go back and take care of. Some government stuff, some legal stuff, some things that just required me to be there.
Right.
And yeah, it was kind of evident.
And then you left us and we were all very sad.
You were so sad. You didn't continue at all. No, you continued as things were normal, but no, yeah, it was sad to leave, but it felt like the ending of a chapter. That was the end of 2023, and I just had to take care of business in 2024 in Canada. So
Okay.
I
Was
just
she
came back.
your only dating experience like during that time while you were here?
She was my only long-term relationship experience. It was about
Okay.
9 months. I did go back and forth to Canada a few times to visit family for Christmas or my mom for her birthday and things like that. My nephew graduated from like university and stuff, so I had to go deal with those. I chose to go deal with those things, but I
Hmm.
came back after. But no, I've dated a lot actually in Colombia.
Okay. And I know you said she was Venezuelan. Have you dated like Colombian women in
Mostly,
Colombia?
I've only dated Colombian women
Okay.
since then. Yeah.
And how was like that experience? And did you find, well, I guess the question would be really like what cultural differences like have you noticed between,
Mm.
let's say, dating a Canadian
Oh yeah.
woman as opposed to like dating a Colombian woman?
Yeah, great question. Lots of differences. First thing is here is like the women here are very feminine, right? Like you guys are very feminine. Like that's what makes it so beautiful and wonderful is like Latin women are feminine. In North America, there's a lot of women that are very masculine.
Mhm.
They're trying to be the man. They want to be
Like
they
they
don't
want to lead.
yeah, they want to lead or they end up taking control or like I go on a date, let's say in Canada, and like we go somewhere and the woman goes up and talks to the hostess and asks for the table. And I'm like, why are you doing that?
Okay.
Or like, she'll offer to pick me up and I'm like, no, I'll pick you up. Or she'll offer to pay the check and split the check, which, actually is kind of an okay thing. You don't mind that too much with all the inflation in Canada or
See,
America.
so just to make a comment, like I kind of do that here, only if I go on a date with a foreigner.
Yeah.
Like I don't really date Colombians. This is gonna be actually another video where I'm gonna interview one of my
I should interview you. What do you do when you're dating Colombians?
I'm gonna interview one of my foreign friends who only dates local guys. For those of you that don't really know anything about me, I'm Colombian American. Like I was born here, but I grew up in New York. But I'm very much a New Yorker. I have basically nothing in common with like most Colombian women, as Michael, who's known me for a few years,
You're New York.
will tell you.
Through and through. Isn't this New York behind us?
That I did not buy that. I hate this thing.
Paulette, you're New York through and through. It's amazing. Like, that's who you are. That's how I think of it.
Right. So I have tried going on dates with Colombians. It never works out. They think I'm weird.
Yeah, sure. I bet.
But to your comment about like how, let's say you go to a restaurant and like your date in Canada might ask the hostess for a table.
Yeah.
I do that here if I'm going on a date with a foreigner because sometimes they don't really speak enough Spanish to
Sure.
like just get that done.
Yeah. Got it.
So.
One of the things that was new to me was paying for every single meal all the time, which is not a big deal because the Canadian dollar is not as good as the US dollar to the Colombian peso, but it's still very good, obviously.
Yes, I know because I work for a Canadian company and I cry every week when I get paid.
Right? You'd rather get paid in USD, right? So would I. I do get paid a little bit in USD.
Me too. I get paid a little bit in USD, but most of my salary is in CAD.
Yeah. So it is still great, and the cost of living here is great compared to what everybody else is paying in Canada or America. But a new thing was like paying for every single meal all the time, every time, all the time, every single time. I don't mind that the majority of the time, no problem. One of the weird experiences was like the girl I was dating from Venezuela. We went with her daughter one time to the jumpy castle bouncy place in Viva.
Oh, okay.
I don't know the name, but
I was gonna say I went to the trampoline park called, I think it's Summit or whatever, near Via 40.
Yeah.
I thought you were gonna mention that, but I think I know that there's a place in Viva.
It was that kind of thing, right?
Yeah.
At that time, we were just dating. We weren't officially like boyfriend, girlfriend, or exclusive or whatever. But I remember going with them to that thing and like it came time to pay and she just looked at me with a smile on her face. And I was like, we're not exclusive. This isn't my kid. I'm not your father. I'm not her stepdad. No. And I paid anyway. I was like,
I was going to say, did you pay?
I did pay, yeah. Because,
Okay.
I'm whatever.
Well, it would also be really awkward if you're like right in front of like the cashier and
But I
they're
remember,
like...
that moment, like she
Yes,
just looked at me and like smiled. I was like, okay, all right. So that was a bit of a weird, unique thing. But they know that, I make good money and the conversion difference and all that stuff. But just being the man here, you're expected to pay all the time for not a big deal, fine. But that's just one of the things. In Canada or America, you do split the bill sometimes. And many times the woman makes more money than the man because of the way things are right now in Canada or America. So that was a unique thing. They look to you to pick everything. The women look to you to pick it and do everything, but you can kind of do whatever you want. It's like, I remember one of our friends in the group, he said like, yeah, for my second date, I said to the girl, let's go to the beach. And she was like, yeah, no problem. And in Canada, that wouldn't like never happen. You'd have to be dating regularly to see a girl in a bathing suit or a bikini or anything like that, you know? So stuff like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, yeah, I can see that. Well, especially, and I hate to say this, but a lot of foreign men complain that when they date local Colombian women here, and I don't mean just in Barranquilla, I mean like in Colombia in general, probably more especially Medellin, that the women end up asking them for money, telling them that their mom is sick, that they need money for medication for their mom. They need
because my phone contract is there.
Oh yeah.
They don't have minutes on their phone, so they gotta pay for
That's
their
gotta
phone
be
bill.
legit though, because I've had a number of times where I'm like, how come you couldn't text with a signal? Or what? You're on the way here and you're not getting my text, and they're like, the phone thing.
Like they didn't have data.
Yeah, they legit didn't have data. So
okay, so that one might be a little more legit, but you know,
it's like 30,000 pesos.
Yeah, or like their kid needs money for school supplies, you know, for like a new book bag or something. See, it's always something.
I don't really respond to that. Like if you ask me directly, I'm more likely to send it to you or give it to you if you ask me directly. I don't just fucking do well with like innuendo, like. I just don't. It's like, okay, that's your life. That's what you're going through. I got it. I wish you the best. I hope you feel better. No. But I've started to catch on now because even now I'm talking to this girl here now and stuff like that. And I've started to catch on, okay, just culturally, that's how things are. They're different.
Why is like the girl you're dating now like asking you for money or asking you to buy her things?
but she's sick and the mom was sick. But this stuff is legit too. Like my friend's mom, her dad just died.
Okay.
And the pension goes to no one, and they were depending on that pension to pay the bills because his wife already died. So this is the daughter, my friend's mom, is looking after the father. The father just died, and his pension was paying all the bills.
Right. Okay.
And the pension now is evaporated because the wife already died, so they don't let the pension go to the family. So now there's like no money to pay for her to live in that house, basically.
I thought that the pension. I can't remember, but I thought if it's like parent to child, I think the child can get like 25% of the pension or something to that effect. But I would have to like look into that because I don't really remember. But
no life insurance either. Like there's just not a lot of financial planning here. Like not a lot of like the father, before he died, he had like a money locked in like a GIC or like in America what you'd call a CD.
Okay.
So it's just like a fixed rate of deposit, and the money is locked in for a year. Even though he died, she still has to wait that year until she can unlock
it. Yeah, they're like really strict about the CDs. You gotta wait like the whole year.
Nuts. So
although I do have like this insurance policy because you know Haji and I have our business together. That if I die, Haji is the beneficiary.
Hey. All right now.
But
maybe we
out of town and something happens to Paulette.
Yeah. Or we throw her in the fire with the thing. After this.
There you go.
We'll get like $1 million pesos.
What's really in that tequila?
Mezcal.
No, but also if I get injured and like I can't like if I'm disabled and can't work for a while, I do get like a disability for that. I can't remember how much it is per month. I don't think it's a lot, but like I do get like some type of disability payment.
I'm trying to think of the weirdest thing that happened to me. Nothing really weird happens to me. And I'll tell you what's a little weird is the amount of sex on the first date, actually.
That you've had?
I'm
not really surprised by that, to be honest.
That's actually kind of unusual.
At all.
That, for Canada, that's way abnormal.
Oh, really?
For Canada, that's crazy.
Do you guys not do one-night stands like in Canada?
It's different, though. One night stand is a night. I could have like an afternoon first date sex here in Colombia. I had that like an afternoon. It was like, let's go for lunch. She's like, we went for lunch, and on the date, she's like, cariño.
Cariño, oh my God.
Amor, and she's all that stuff and everything, and I'm like, yeah, I know where this is going.
Fast like this.
So
you're trying to lock them in like this.
But even at night too, like, yeah, there was a night where it was like, we just went for dinner, and I just like got the vibe in the taxi. It was like, do you not want to go home? And she was like, no. And I was like, do you want to accompany me to my place? And she was like, yeah. And I was like, okay. Like that. It was weird. That's abnormal here. Well, it's normal here. It's abnormal for where I'm from.
For Canada.
It's the amount of sex on the first date. I'm not complaining.
I think also there's no potency.
No what?
Woman, no pretense. If a
Pretense.
woman's interested in you, they are going to let you know.
Yeah. That's right.
I mean, I know for you in Canada, in London, there's going to be a game around that.
Oh.
At least a few
Well, I
weeks.
kind of
Yeah,
wonder
that's
if,
right.
if women here are just more forward about that because he's a foreigner. Because I feel like women with regular Colombian men are not usually like that forward about it. I
Interesting.
feel like they're with you, they might be more forward because you're a foreigner, so they're trying to see like what they can get out of you.
Interesting. Yeah, I bet that's probably the case. I mean, it's funny because I used to say in COVID, like everything's backwards. Like that was my theme. It's like everything's backwards. Like everybody was locked down, stuck in Canada. I was flying around Mexico. It was like everything's backwards. I just flipped it on its head. So over here, it's like, you know, it could be because I'm 40 or it could be because I'm a foreigner, but the perception that they have is just like, you know, I want what he has to offer, which is fine. I'm okay with that. But they have a kind of extra willingness, if you will, to be a little more affectionate than maybe I'm used to in Canada, whatever.
Also, I think if you give somebody a compliment here, you stop someone and say, you know, La Linda, you say something, you know, say something nice to somebody, they'll smile and respond back to you.
You're right.
Engage with it.
Thank you.
Whereas where I'm from, you do that to someone you don't know, they're more likely to curse you out.
You're right.
Or you know, oh God.
You're right.
And move on. Here,
You're right.
You don't get that so much. So it's just nice.
You're right.
No, it's true though. Like in New York,
Be friendly.
men would just be like, "Hey, beautiful," and then they would just like try to walk with me down the block.
Yeah.
And it's like, "Sir, I did not invite you to like walk next to me." And they're like, you know, like, "How you doing, beautiful? Good morning. Can I have your number?" And I'm like, "No, I have a boyfriend." They're like, "Well, don't worry about him. Like, you know, I don't mind you have a boyfriend." I'm like, "Stop."
Well, yeah. So it goes back to my original thought of like the women here are very feminine. Like if I compliment a woman here and she has a boyfriend and she's not interested, she'll tell me, but she'll still smile. She'll still give me the time of day. We'll still have a conversation.
Politeness is still there.
She's still polite. She still receives the compliment and accepts it. She's not trying to punch me in my face verbally, physically, or emotionally, as opposed to New York or Toronto or whatever where I'm from. I don't know about London.
Yeah, same.
Right? But here it's like they're more just open and willing and feminine, and they just take the compliment and they're like, thank you. They smile and they appreciate it. It makes their day and they keep going. Or they want to talk and then they answer my questions and then we have a good conversation, exchange numbers, and then we'll go on a date in a few days if they're, you know.
If she has a boyfriend, you'll go on a date in a few days?
Well, now we're getting into the interesting topic that I'm excited to talk about, which is the amount of cheating that happens here.
Yeah,
the amount of open relationships. That freaked me out.
Let's clarify that a second.
My husband.
Let's get into this, please.
Because like we talked about this earlier, and there is a difference between being in an open relationship and cheating, because these two things are not the same.
Yes.
But in Colombia, in general, there is a big culture around cheating, and this is both from both men and women. Like it would be wrong of me to say that only men are the cheaters, because there's a lot of women here too that are also cheaters.
That's right.
Right? So like what's been your experience with this?
Yeah, so this is the topic I really want to talk about.
Right. Yes. I also really want to talk about this topic.
So,
like we were discussing a few days back, actually,
right.
before the podcast. What has been your experience, I guess, with dating women here?
Yeah.
And your experience with cheating and possibly like open relationships and just non-monogamy, I guess, in general?
Well, it was surprising to me to come here and learn that non-monogamy or open relationships is a really big thing. It's a really common thing. It's very common for Colombians, and I think the
So
key...
I'm going to stop you for 1 second.
Yeah.
Are open relationships a big thing, or is cheating a big thing?
Well, it's funny because
these two things are not the same.
you are right. You are right. You are right. I am traditionally very much a monogamist. I have never been in a relationship that's open or polyamorous, right?
Okay.
I've got a lot of friends in Canada that are. It's a new thing that's like happening all over the world, apparently. A friend of mine's in like Poland and went to like a open love festival in Poland. Another friend of mine in Canada, same thing, like out there, a couple hours away from Toronto. There's another one that's like an annual festival in Alberta. So it is kind of a thing now. But when I came here, I was very surprised to learn that, you know, whatever you want to call it, like there's all these different versions of it, open relationships, non-monogamy, polyamory, I don't know, whatever. What I learned is that it's very common here for couples to be married or in long-term relationships and have sex or relationships with other people and not tell their partner.
Okay, but
it's on both sides.
right. But is that being polyamorous or in an open relationship, or do we call that cheating? Because by definition, if you are in an open relationship, that means that you and your partner have both agreed together to date and or have sex with other people. But if, let's say, you and I are in a relationship and then you decide on your own to get on Tinder and start dating another woman, are we in an open relationship or are you cheating?
It's definitely cheating.
Right.
Yeah. Yes.
That's not an open relationship.
So here's what I've discovered. So I only had a few experiences with this. Okay. First experience I had here in Barranquilla, I was on a dating app. I had a date already scheduled for this afternoon, right? Later, whatever, long time ago. And it was like 4:00, we're meeting for coffee. We're still chatting. We're on the app and we're texting and chatting. We got the date set for 4:00. And she goes, hey, by the way, are you married? And I go, married? Why the fuck would I be married? She's like, well, this is Colombia. You know, things are a little different here. And I go,
well, I'm not Colombian.
No, I'm not Colombian and I'm not married. I'm actually divorced. I'm single. She's like, oh, okay. And I go, why? Are you married? She goes, well, remember, things are different here. And I go, well, if you're married, just don't come to the date. I flat out just said, like, just if you're married, just don't even show up. Just don't even come. And she immediately just like blocked me, disappeared. The whole chat, everything just disappeared. And I was like, oh, motherfucker. But then I go, wait a sec. She's obviously married. I kind of shamed her, if you will, for, you know, like doing this or whatever. And then she just disappears. So it's like, obviously she was married. She didn't even want to not just not see me, but not continue the conversation.
Right.
That was one experience. A couple of days after that, I was in a taxi and this was on my mind. And I was like, hey, bro, what's with this like thing here in is this a thing? He's like, yeah, it's actually kind of common. He goes, I have a girlfriend and a wife.
You're a taxi driver?
It's my taxi driver. It's my taxi. He goes, I have a wife and I have a girlfriend. I go, oh, does your wife know about the girlfriend? He goes, I think so. I go, but have you told her? He goes, no. I go, do you think she's hurt by this? He goes, yeah, probably more or less. I go, do you think she's also doing the same thing? He goes, no, I don't think so. I go, do you think if she found out, she would be mad? He goes, yes. I go, then why on earth are you doing it? And he goes,
actually, that wasn't even going to be my question. My question was going to be, would you be okay if your wife also had a boyfriend? That was actually going to be my question.
There you go. That's the right question to ask.
Because what do you think he would have said?
I don't know. I don't know the guy anymore, but he probably would have said no, I guess. But at the same time, apparently this is common.
Yes, we're going to talk about the other night where my friend Michael here, very, very bold young man.
Me? Me?
We showed up to Bourbon. He showed up with his date. And then while we were there, my other friend, again, no names, the three of us were talking, and while his date is sitting 2 feet behind him, he decides to tell me, hey, I really like your friend. Can I talk to her?
I said that?
Yes, you did.
Oh, I was drinking. It was Bourbon Street. That was the bar.
Do you not remember this?
I vaguely remember. There was a lot of drinking that night. Thursday nights are dangerous because we were at Bourbon. There was a lot of drinking. I had already had a beer with my friend before that, and then I already had a beer at the Red Door. And then this was only the second date I'd had with this girl.
Yeah.
And I was like, I don't know if I'll ever see this girl again.
Okay.
I kind of just want to talk to her and get her number. I am guilty of that. I was drinking
a lot. It was quite bold because your date was literally like sitting 2 or 3 feet right behind you.
Yes.
And then you told me that you liked my friend and you wanted to get her number. I was like, okay.
How nice of me to ask permission, though. I was drunk, I think. But how nice of me that I actually asked permission. How great of me. You did say, to my credit, you said I'm a gentleman. You said to her I'm a good person.
I said you were a good guy. I was like, he's a good guy.
And you said he's not an idiot. He's not a douchebag. He's not a jerk.
I thought it was a little douchey that you would do that while your date was right behind you.
To be fair, she did text me that afterwards.
Okay.
It's honestly because I was drinking a lot. And I think I'm more into your friend than that girl, but...
Well, my friend is amazing, by the way.
I can tell. I have a sixth sense for this kind of thing. I have an intuition for this kind of thing. Honest to God, she has a great.
She's
smile.
Good people. She has a
great smile. Yeah. The thing about Colombia here, if you're coming here, is like, and I tell this to all my male friends that come visit, because of Instagram and everything, they all want to come visit once in a while, or they're all getting divorces like me. or got one already. I I go, you're not ready for Colombia. And they're like, what do you mean? I go, you're not ready. It's like stepping into a fantasy world where all the women are gorgeous and beautiful and nines or tens, and they all are feminine and they're like just wonderful and lovely, and cariñosa is the word, right? And they're all like affectionate and caring and like just like that, whatever that is.
Well, you were just here with your friend from Chicago, and he went kind
Well,
of
he needed that.
crazy.
He was in a very.
Because he's getting divorced.
He's also getting divorced. He was in a very sexless marriage for mostly 25 years.
Wow. Okay.
And I could not handle that kind of depression. I'll just say that. But he handled it very well. But yeah, they're divorcing. Yeah, he's a good man, good looking man, takes care of himself, smart, wise, open to personal development and growth. And he just need to release. He just needed to relax and let loose and have fun and be free. And he said, let's go to Colombia. I said, don't gotta ask me twice, no problem. But I'm still single. But that's kind of what you do maybe when you get a divorce, is you want to be like free. You want to all this energy like releases. And yeah.
But he had a good time.
He had a great time.
Okay.
He still talks about it. I mean, he just texted me today like, hey man, just thinking about how great it was and everything. So it's like the Vegas of like Latin America or something. I don't know.
The Vegas of Latin America. Do you mean Cartagena or Barranquilla?
Yeah, I think I mean Colombia in general.
Oh, just Colombia in general.
Medellin.
Okay.
Yeah, I didn't resonate with Colombia, or I didn't resonate with Cartagena or Medellin. Cartagena is a little more dirty, a little more like unkept, like a little more Wild West. Medellin is just like, I don't know, it's like a jungle in the middle of the country, but it's a city in the jungle, which is weird. But Medellin, I also found it didn't resonate with me. Barranquilla, I just love. Like, there's a good balance of like city, nightlife, fun, good people, good food scene.
Yes, the food here is very good. In Barranquilla, the food here is very good.
Need good food.
I will say though, Medellin has more variety of food, but the food in Barranquilla, honestly, I think is better than in Medellin.
There's also just like a good laid back lifestyle. Like the stress of Canada or Toronto or New York, you just don't kind of really feel it here. Maybe it's the heat or the sun. I don't know. It's just, and the food quality is way better here. Like I'm healthier here.
Okay.
Because of the food.
So yeah, the food scene here, amazing. Definitely
awesome.
Lots of good restaurants to try in Barranquilla. But let's dial back a little bit to the cheating, open relationship, polyamorous, whatever, blah blah blah.
Yeah.
In Colombia.
Yeah.
Like have you had like any particular experiences like yourself?
So that I know of, I have not. Like I've heard stories of guys finding out later that she was married or that she had a boyfriend or whatever. That has not happened to me yet that I know of, right? I was in a long-term relationship which was exclusive for 9 months, so I wasn't doing any dating outside of that. In my other trips that I've come back and forth, I've just done different dating. And I don't know, to my knowledge, that I've helped anybody cheat or that it's been in any relationships. But that's a big red flag for me. My parents were married for like 50 years.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And I'm like, raised like a good Italian Catholic, Christian person, right? So the whole cheating thing for me is just like a big no. That I know of, I haven't. But there's been women that I've dated that I don't know, like, or a first date, and who knows? I don't know. I did go to a massage place last week, and I found out later I didn't book it. My friend booked it, and it was an interesting massage place. It was one of those. I go, I've never had a woman wear high heels before while giving me a massage. This is kind of odd. This is interesting.
I'm sorry. What else was she wearing with those high heels?
Very
a bikini.
Minimal clothing. I will just say a very
minimal clothing.
Mini skirt, like very short mini.
Like just to the bottom of her ass.
Pretty much, yeah. And I go, it's Barranquilla. Am I in Cartagena right now, or what is this? But yeah, so I can't, don't know about that, but that I know of. I've never helped anybody cheat, and I don't want to. I don't care what your relationship situation is. That's just not my vibe. More than enough single women here. Thank God.
Excellent.
Yeah.
So, I guess, do you have any recommendations or tips to other men who are maybe coming to Barranquilla, maybe specifically or not specifically to date, or like what would you say to someone who's looking to come here to date?
Yeah, well, Barranquilla is different because it's like a legit city. You know what I mean? It's like a legitimate, economically growing, prospering city. A lot of development. You know, it's 2025 now. Last time I was here was 2023. And it's grown a lot. The city's changed a lot and grown a lot. There's a lot of changing of different businesses and restaurants and things that didn't work.
Hmm.
My favorite Mexican place in Viva is no longer there.
Oh no.
It's changed now by some other thing that's like Greek or Italian or something. So there is turnover and change, and then there's a lot of developments of like new condos.
Are you talking about Milagros?
Yeah, I think so.
I
Yeah.
hated Milagros.
You hated
I
it?
hate
But they
Milagros.
had good mezcal.
Okay, well maybe they had good mezcal, but Milagros is a chain restaurant. Like they also have in Medellin.
Is it really?
Yeah. It's a
Oh,
chain restaurant. They also have in like Medellin
I didn't know
and
that.
elsewhere. And I think I also went to Milagros in Medellin. I don't like Milagros at all. I think it's
Wow.
terrible compared to like other Mexican restaurants that I hear.
Yeah.
I don't like Milagros.
I do like Benito Juarez. That is also kind of a chain. I think they're in.
That's more like Tex-Mex, and
Yeah.
and for being Tex-Mex, it's all right.
good for
It's all right.
Banter. Yeah,
It's all right.
Tex-Mex. Good Mexican is important to me no matter where I am.
I like Santa Cabrona in La Meridian Gulf.
Mhm.
I think it's really good, and they have like a live mariachi singer and whatnot. So
Nice.
it's good.
That's cool. They had that at Milagros, which I like. The other thing I like about Milagros was all the like, the skull woman. I forget what her
The
name is.
Katrinas.
Yeah, those are great. Like ultimate sign of Mexico stuff. They
Yeah.
had mariachis too. Those were great. Good mezcal, good tacos. Um, I think people need to be aware that Barranquilla is a legit city with just good people and good growth and good food and good culture and a great mix of everything. Good nightlife, good
Mhm.
transportation, good highways. Like I don't know all the roads and their names, but like it's kind of easy to get around in an Uber or a taxi. They have Uber and taxi and in-driver and all these things, and good bus system and all that stuff. And I think Santa Marta is amazing too. Like if you
Mhm.
want a real beach vibe, a real beach like relaxing weekend, then Santa Marta is what, 2 hours away?
Yeah. So is Cartagena. Yeah, Santa Marta is 2 hours away. Cartagena is 2 hours away.
Yeah,
They're both very close by car.
so I love that.
Just driving.
Yeah,
Quite close.
you can hire a driver, you can take a bus, you can
Mhm.
take a taxi. Like you got options.
Yeah,
It's
you
a
can
short.
drive if you have your own car. So
Yeah,
yeah.
I like that about Barranquilla a lot. Is when you do want a weekend getaway to the beach or the sun, it's within 2 hours.
Hmm.
But for the most part, I think people should know that it's a legitimate like city, and it's not so touristicy or party lifestyle. Those things do exist. Thursday nights can be a little fun, a little wild.
Thursday night's gonna be wild. Like
Yeah.
last Thursday, got home at 3 a.m.
Yeah, me too. Me too. In our chat group that we have on WhatsApp, it's like Fridays are considered weekends here. So
Yeah.
somebody said like that was probably Jason.
There's so in Spanish, or rather in Colombia, I guess Thursday and Friday together is so it's jueves for Thursday, viernes for Friday. But when we put them together, we say juernes.
Juernes.
Yeah, it's juernes. That's like
Wow.
the
I didn't know that.
I guess code
So
word or
great.
whatever
That's
nickname for
so
Thursday and
great.
Friday, because it's like sort of weekends.
There's a lot of
Juernes.
there's a lot of cool stuff here too. I mean, we talked about the Mirador. Like, there's
Mhm.
these malls here are really great. Buena Vista and Viva. I do really well on Bumble. Like, I'm not on Tinder. I decided to let that one go. But you asked me
Yeah,
like
Tinder is trash. I'm sorry, Tinder is trash.
Tinder's, yeah, it's kind of
But
trash.
yes, I was actually going to ask you where
You did ask me
do
that.
you
Yeah.
feel, yeah, well where have you, what do you do, what apps do you use, or where do you go to meet women in Barranquilla, whether
Yeah.
it's on an app or like a physical location?
Yeah, so I like Bumble. I like Bumble because the woman has to message you first,
Mhm.
and I find it kind of cleaner than Tinder.
Yeah, I've been on Bumble. I stopped using Tinder probably like 2 or 3 years ago. I
Same.
I can't deal with it.
Same.
can't.
I stopped using Tinder about 2 years ago. I like Bumble. It's more cleaner. It tells you kind of more about the person. You have different options with calls and videos and stuff like that. I just find it's like cleaner, and I find everybody's on Tinder, and
Yes.
I don't need everybody. I'm not looking for everybody. I like that. I have standards. I have standards. I like that Bumble you can filter according to your standards. I like that Bumble, you can reject certain distances or radiuses of
Right.
people.
Yes.
I like that you might have to pay for Bumble, and that also weeds out the chaff, cuts out the chaff, if you will, the wheat from the chaff. And I like, and then what do? I just talk to people in person. Like, I don't know, again, I don't know if it's because I'm a foreigner or because I'm 40 or people talk about my skin. Like the other night, there was like 4 girls asking me about my skin. I don't have a skincare routine. For the last time, I don't have a skincare routine.
And you've also never done Botox.
I've never done Botox.
I don't know
Are you
why.
kidding me? Who's doing Botox? What men are doing Botox?
No, because we had dinner on Thursday before going to the meetup. Just like we randomly ran into each other and had dinner. And while we were at dinner, you said to me that like 2 people have asked him what his Botox routine is or whatever
that week,
and that he's never done it before. And then we went to Red Door and Bourbon, and Dana was like, I know he does Botox, and I'm like, no, he doesn't. We were literally just talking about this.
I don't do fucking Botox.
Do
I
Botox.
don't. So I don't know what it is. I mean, my skincare routine is like meditation. Like I don't know. Like,
Okay.
Like I don't know. Like I meditate. I eat clean. I drink a lot of water. I sleep 7 to 8 hours a day. I don't hold grudges. That's my skincare routine. So the other night, Thursday, there's like 4 women at once asking me, like poking my face, talking to me about my skincare routine. I'm like, I don't have one. So I don't know if it's the skin or what, the good genes, or because I'm 40 or what. But like I just talk to women in person too. Like I love that. We mentioned earlier about how,
where are you talking to women? Like the supermarket, the gym? Like where are you talking?
The gym sometimes. But you know what's funny is like Buena Vista and Viva, like the 2 big malls here.
Yeah.
The 2 big malls here. If I want to talk to a girl, or if I want to have like an in-person conversation, and I don't want to do it like online on the apps or whatever, like I just go to those malls and like talk to people and talk to women, and like I have a great conversation.
Just like randomly? Like do you just
But you know
walk
what?
up to someone?
Yeah, honest to God. I went up to this girl last week. I knew she was too young, but I had to let her know. She had alopecia. Alopecia?
Alopecia? Oh, okay. When that's when like your hair falls
all
out
over.
or something?
No, is it alopecia? The skin one. The skin where the skin is like what? Yeah. So she was like a little dark, Colombian style, a little dark, but she had alopecia like all over her body.
Okay.
In patches, right? The patches of like the blotchy kind of white or pale. Or
oh yes, okay, I know what you're talking about.
I hope that's alopecia. I don't know. Anyway,
alopecia is actually when you lose your hair.
Yeah, the alopecia one is the hair.
Vitiligo.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Okay, I fucked up. All right.
What you were talking about?
My bad. Not alopecia, vitiligo. She had the white patches all over, but she was gorgeous. She was gorgeous, and I was just like, oh my God, this woman, this girl, she's probably like 18 or 16 or 17. It's so bad.
Stop it. That is young.
That's why I said, listen, you're too young. But eventually, I felt this urge within me to go talk to her and be like, listen, you're beautiful. She was beautiful, and who knows what she's dealing with in terms of insecurity because of her condition with the skin.
Okay.
But I went up to her and I was like, listen, hey, like, I just want you to know you're beautiful, you're gorgeous. And she was just like, and I was like, how old are you? What's your name? Where are you from? All these things. I found out she was 18. I was like, okay, listen, you're way too young for me, but I just want you to know you're gorgeous, you're beautiful, and I hope that everything works out for you, and I'm sure that it will, and you have nothing to worry about. And she was just like, thank you. You know, gracias. You know.
Oh, that's cute.
And that's just the kind of thing I want to do. Is like I just want people to feel good. I want women to feel good, to know that they're appreciated and valued and beautiful and gorgeous. And I just go tell people that and just see what happens. That's kind of what I do.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
And have you gotten dates from that?
Oh yeah.
Would you recommend that other foreign men do that when they come here?
Yes, 100%, because they're not going to be met with the same resistance or masculinity that, you know, Canada or America or England, according to H over here, says.
Oh, Haji.
Oh, Haji, you know. He said H. He said I could call him H.
Haj.
Haji. You know, like you're not going to be met with it. Your compliments will be well received. Your approaches will be well received because, again, the women here are feminine. They're not trying to compete with you.
Okay.
Masculinity is often about competition.
Can I just add a caveat to that? That doesn't mean you have license to kind of just walk up to a woman and start talking about how sick she is. You want to do this to her. You know,
no.
If you are polite,
yes,
and give someone a polite compliment,
exactly,
respond in kind.
Always be polite.
Always,
exactly.
You know,
be a gentleman.
You get some Americans that I've seen come here recently who just come off the plane, and you know, and they're in the mall just literally harassing every woman.
Oh no.
See,
that's ridiculous.
You know, so it does happen. So just to add that caveat,
yeah,
you do need to be polite.
It's a good caveat.
Politeness is responded in kind.
It's a good caveat to add. I'm not talking about sex or what I want to do with them or anything like that. The first moment I meet them, there's no way.
Which is gross.
You know what I mean?
That anyone who does that
that's
is
inappropriate.
It's just gross.
Right?
Yeah,
Be a gentleman all the time. Be a man. Represent the gender well.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Pay compliments where they're due. Pay people the respect they deserve. treat people as you want to be
Well,
treated.
because if a man wants to talk to a woman about that, go talk to a prostitute about it. Like you shouldn't just approach a woman like
Yeah,
in a
exactly.
mall and then just tell them that, you know, they're beautiful and you want to hook up with them. That's gross.
No, I mean, I leave it at that. I say like, you're beautiful. I just want you to know, you know, in some cases, but otherwise, like,
I have a little cat behind me.
yeah, it's okay. Wants to be part of
Hi,
the
mama.
cat wants to be part of the show.
I know. Come here.
Um,
Come here.
yeah, like nobody should be saying those things to another human being like right up front. You know what I mean? Build a relationship, build a connection. Like that's what I do in person, right? Like just start up a conversation. I usually wait for them to approach me or like look at me or give me some kind of sign. You know what I mean? They're giving me some kind of sign up front. The cat's joining us.
Oh, say hi, mama. Say hello.
I'm, I only talk to a woman if like she's given me the eyes 2 times. That's usually the good sign, right? But even then, I'm not expecting anything. I'm not.
What are the
expecting-
eyes? How exactly do the eyes need to be?
Well, they don't need to be anything. It's just a sign. Like if she's making continual eye contact,
Oh, okay.
that's a sign that like there's an interest or there's a connection. Hopefully, she's single, not married, not cheating, not doing any of that shit we talked about. But yeah, I mean, those are the kind of the signs. I've always kind of been that way though. I didn't even do online dating until after my divorce, until after I was married. I didn't even want to do any online dating. When I was divorced and single in Mexico, that's when I was like, I guess I should go on online dating and see what's
To
going
like
on.
meet people.
To meet
yeah.
people. I didn't speak the
That's
language.
what everyone does now.
I didn't speak the language. I was wandering around Mexico. I was like, I guess I should go online. So, but you could do it anywhere. I mean, it's just, you know, online, in person, do your own thing, whatever you feel comfortable with, I guess.
Okay, all right.
But don't be a douche. You gotta respect
Don't
women.
be a douche.
I got sisters. You gotta respect women.
Well, do you have any like final tips, tricks, recommendations for other foreign men that are coming here, to whether to Barranquilla or just Colombia in general, and are looking into the dating scene?
I mean, it's funny because you know what's funny is I wanted to start the episode by saying like I'm not just a guy in a diner who's just talking shit. Like I was a matchmaker in Toronto.
Oh, were you
I
really?
think I told you before. Like
Did you tell me this?
my
I don't remember.
maybe
Was
my-
I drunk when you told me this? Sorry. Because if I was, then I might not remember. I don't know.
maybe I don't know. What did I do? That was drunk the other day. That was weird. I wouldn't normally do that. That was only the second date that I had with that woman.
You mean like trying to get
I
another
asked for
girl's
your friend-
number while
yeah.
your date was right behind you?
That's
Weird.
right.
Yeah, kind of like that.
I don't-
Yes.
I must have been drunk. It was Bourbon Street.
Yeah. Yes.
Anyway, no, yeah, I was a matchmaker. My first successful business in Toronto in 2013, all the way through to 2018, I was a matchmaker and I had an 85% success rate. And I was a dating coach and all that stuff. And you ultimately attract who you are. Like you ultimately attract like your beliefs. You know, like your beliefs, you just get back what you believe. You know, like the universe is a mirror. It's a holographic universe, and you get what you think about most of the time, and you get what you give. So,
Okay.
so like what I want to say to people is like have that in the foreground. Good news, bad news. You get what you give. You get who you are. You attract who you are.
That
So,
makes sense.
like I have great relationships with people. I have great experiences because I don't trample on people. I don't ghost people. I just like try to leave things as harmonious as possible.
Okay.
And I try to make sure everybody has a good experience no matter what. That's why though I don't cheat and I don't help other people cheat too. I don't want that karma coming back to me.
Help other people cheat. Like,
Because if they're cheating, like, and you're a part of that process, you're helping. It's like aiding and abetting. It's like, no, the law has a rule. Like if you're part of the crime, but you're not guilty of committing the crime, you're also part of the crime.
You're aiding and abetting.
You're
the crime.
complicit. You're
Yeah,
aiding and abetting.
complicit in
If
the
you don't
crime.
stop the crime, like if you go somewhere and like you're robbing a bank and it's like you didn't know you were going to rob a bank, but you end up being part of the bank robbery.
Or not even, if you're just
You're
like the
guilty.
driver, the getaway driver, then you're still
Exactly.
aiding and abetting, but
Exactly.
you didn't like do anything. You didn't rob the bank.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly. You can't, you know what I mean? You have to like know the difference. You have to know the score and like play the game.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you so much, Michael, for your insight. I love the last part there.
It's true. I mean, I can't say it otherwise. I think it's true.
I'm gonna have to put you in touch with Heather because she's been wanting to set up a like marriage agency in Barranquilla between like foreigners and like Colombian women. So I'm sure that's something she would love to talk about.
Well, she's got some competition. There's a girl on Bumble right now trying to do that for me. And I'm like,
Oh, really? Okay. But thank you so much for joining me today. Thank you for bringing your Mezcal Union bottle. This cocktail has been great. Thank you for our viewers for watching us today. Just remember to like, subscribe, leave a comment. And also remember to share this episode on your social media with your family and friends. If you guys have any questions, just leave it down in the comments below. If you have any suggestions for future episodes, you can also leave that in the comments below. And I'll see you guys next time. Cheers.
Come to Barranquilla.
And definitely come to Barranquilla. If you're going to be here, remember to look me up. Send us a WhatsApp or email. discoverBAQ.com. See you guys soon. Bye.